Well, I did it, and a big thanks to you for helping make it possible. Welcome everyone to another edition of Get Your Game On, the channel dedicated to immersive gaming experiences. So, I did my pre-order for the Pimax Crystal, and I'm very excited about it. So why did I pre-order this thing? Didn't I just buy a Varjo Aero about a year ago? Well, part of the reason was you guys really came through over this past year. The support I've gotten on both my Patreon channel and then also through my affiliate links has given me enough funding to pay for about half of the Pimax Crystal. So I'm going to go ahead and pay for the other half out of my pocket, and that's going to get me to get this headset. Plus, it's come down about $500 from when it was announced. So all those things together will give me the chance to get a Pimax Crystal in here so I can put it through its paces and let you guys know what I think about it. So thank you for all the support that you guys have shown the channel over the past year, and I hope you appreciate the honest reviews and the honest feedback that you're getting from us here. So you may wonder, it's like, well, I don't know that the Pimax Crystal is going to be that much better than the Aero, and you might be right. But I'm really not getting it necessarily to replace the Aero. What I'm really getting it for is to potentially replace this old trusted friend. This is my original Vive Pro, and I have used this since about 2017, and you know, it's time to get something a little bit more modern in here. Now, the reason I've never upgraded from this thing is because I am an OLED snob. Those of you that have watched the channel know that. So I absolutely love those blacks of an OLED panel. And honestly, I haven't seen any solutions come along that really offered that in a modern high-resolution headset. The other thing is, I upgraded to the wireless on this thing a while back, and once you go wireless with a VR Roomscale experience, it's really hard to go back to tethered. That's one of the reasons I don't use my Varjo Aero in the Roomscale environment, because I just love the whole wireless thing. So the Pimax Crystal, it's wireless. Now I will tell you, a lot of the features on the Crystal are not active yet. So for example, the wireless option isn't a thing yet, so they're still working on that. I think they just released the eye tracking. So there's still a lot of features coming online. They're built into the headset. They just have to get the software and the firmware and all those drivers working to activate them. So you're going to be okay owning a headset. There's not going to be you're not going to have to add anything hardware-wise to it. It's just going to be development through the software and updates and that sort of thing. So I'm very excited about that. Now, since we're going to have the Crystal here, obviously we're going to compare it to the Aero. We'll see, how it fares. Now, what I'm really excited about, if you go back and watch my Aero review that I did a while back, you'll see I had in there an opinion about what I would like to see if Varjo ever made a Aero 2. And from what I can see on this Pimax Crystal, it ticks almost all the boxes that I was looking for in the next generation of Varjo, or in the next generation of the Varjo headset. It's got off-ear audio solution built in, so it's got the DMAS audio solution. It's got a microphone. It's got a wider field of view. It's got a larger vertical field of view. And then again, it's got the QLED panels, which, although not OLED, with the backlighting and the local dimming, apparently get us pretty close to OLED. So I'm very excited to see if this is a good compromise that will get me close to that OLED feel without needing the OLED panel. So I'll let you know what I think of that. So why did I pre-order the Pimax Crystal? Well, first off, it's gotten in the hands of some trusted reviewers, and they're all raving about the optics and the visuals. That was the first thing. And the second thing was I started looking at Pimax, and they actually are offering a very nice upgrade if you pre-order the Pimax Crystal before the end of June. That's one of the reasons I want to do this video for you guys. In case anybody's interested, you still have a little over a week to pre-order it and still get the bonus. Now, what's that bonus, you might ask? Well, they're offering the DMAS earphones and the DMAS audio solution for it, and that's the earbuds that kind of come off the ears, much like the Valve Index or the HP Reverb G2. And from what I understand, that sound solution is almost a necessity because the stock sound solution that comes with the Pimax Crystal is not very good at all. Now, I was thinking about, well, I'll just wait and I might have to pay a little bit more for that. But it sounds like, from what I can see on the internet, that Pimax themselves only has a limited number of the DMAS still in stock, and they may not be able to get any more made. So the DMAS headset may be something that won't be available for a while. And again, that's something I was very interested in. So I'm like, I want to get my order in. I definitely want the DMAS headset. And so that's why I did it when I did it. So if you're interested in that, we have affiliate links below if this is definitely something you think you want. Again, don't buy any headset if you don't think it's going to fit your needs. But if you are leaning towards the Pimax, grab an affiliate link from the description below, and it really helps the channel out, and it won't cost you anything more. So who do I think this would be a good purchase for? Well, this will certainly be a good purchase for anyone that's that had been considering the Aero, but didn't have Lighthouse base stations, didn't have controllers, didn't have any of those things. So the Aero, that was the big problem. It was just the headset, and you still had to have lighthouses, you still had to have controllers, you still had to have an audio solution. So all that added up and made the Varjo Aero very expensive. If you liked all the things you saw about the Aero, but just, you know, it was way out of your price range, this might be a good option for you. It's inside-out tracking, so you don't need any of the Lighthouse base stations or any of that. It comes with controllers. Now, the controllers appear to be good enough for general VR. I don't think you're going to be playing Beat Saber with them. I don't think they're good enough for that. But I also wouldn't recommend this headset for someone playing Beat Saber anyways. So that's a great option for you. For me, I don't really care how good the trackers or the controllers are, because I'm going to convert this thing over to lighthouses when that's an option. Yes, it is an option. It costs more. But in the future, I'll be able to take the base plate off the front of the Crystal and put a lighthouse tracking faceplate on it, and then I can go completely back to my index lighthouse style tracking that I absolutely love. I love the precision of it. I love that it doesn't get occluded. I love that I can use my index controllers. So that will be the path I'm going on. But if you don't want to do that, again, the tracking is good enough for general VR use from what I'm seeing from reviewers. Now, who it's not for, again, like we said, someone playing Beat Saber. No, this headset is heavy, and you're probably going to have a lot of motion and movement using it. So Beat Saber or arcade games, fast-paced games, probably not the best option for that. Not good for anybody that, you know, might have problems with weight on their head and, you know, any neck problems or anything like that. There's going to be a lot more lighter options out there. They might not be as good quality, but, you know, you've got the new big screen. All those new headsets are coming out that are a lot smaller form factor. That might be a better option for you. Now, it's also not for anyone that's concerned about the battery life, because just like the Quest 2, it looks like even when the Pimax Crystal is plugged into the computer, it still will pull off the battery and eventually go dead. It looks like the battery life is about 6 hours is what they're saying. I'm going to guess you're probably going to be closer to 4 hours, but I obviously don't know. We'll check that out. The good thing is it is a hot swappable battery. The headset comes with 2 batteries. That'll give you a few moments to pop the old battery in, put the new one in, and you should be able to continue right along with whatever experience you were in the middle of. So, so if you're worried about that battery life thing, probably not a great option for you as well. It's also not for anybody that wants a plug-and-play option, because from what I understand, the Pimax is not the most friendly to get up and running. It can be finicky and it can take a little bit of troubleshooting. So if you're someone looking for a plug-and-play option, or someone that doesn't like having to fight with their components, probably also not a good option for you. Now, I've never bought a Pimax headset before, so this is the first time for me. So I will give you my experience once I get it, and we'll see if all those horror stories pan out, or if maybe Pimax has improved. I'm hoping they have. Also, it's going to be kind of an interesting experience. Again, I've paid for this out of my pocket, again, with help from you guys. So the review you're going to get, as always, is going to be honest, and Pimax hasn't given me anything, you know, one way or the other. I'm just like you, just a lowly customer purchasing a VR headset. So that's kind of where we're at. I again, am very excited to get this in and try it. So the Pimax Crystal, in typical Pimax fashion, was supposed to come out about a year ago, Q3, about a year ago. It's coming out Q3 of this year. They're saying we should start getting our shipments, you know, like they're thinking July-ish. I'm skeptical of that. I'm hopeful that I'll have the headset by the end of summer, and more than likely it'll probably be closer to the end of the year. but obviously I'll let you know when it gets in, because we'll be doing a thorough review. We'll put this thing through its paces, and I will let you know how it compares to the Aero. So stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, maybe think about subscribing. Make sure you like the channel, and that way you won't miss anything when that Pimax Crystal comes out. So that's really what I have for you guys today. I'm very excited about it. I went back and forth on whether to get it or not, but it's just too enticing. And again, it's time for my old 5 Pro. It's time for it to go to the retirement home. It's been a great headset, but it is definitely showing its age. The visuals just aren't there anymore. So I'm hopeful that the Pimax Crystal is going to be a worthy replacement for it. So that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And again, I appreciate all your support that you've given us. And until next time, remember to get your game on.